Hey, good morning, guys. Woo! It was a tough morning for me. Um, my wife kept asking me, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I was like, and I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I am feeling the pressure and the stress of what's going on around us. And so and all morning I was thinking about, okay, what am I going to talk about today? And there's so much to talk about, but I want to be effective. And it's interesting from a psychological standpoint to look at myself and how I mean, for those who have seen me in counseling, you guys know, I like to use humor to reduce the tension and stress of talking about uncomfortable things, revealing difficult truths in our life. Um, and I tell you, man, the more pressure I feel, the harder it is to smile. And I like smiling. So I was thinking about this message today, and I'm still not sure what the title is. Maybe we'll come up with a title at the end of this. But what I've noticed is part of the problem with what I'm seeing around us, is that all the distractions in this nation have been stripped away. You know, the gym, restaurants, movies, sports. I mean, even going camping and backpacking, has been stripped out of our lives for those of us who did that stuff. And we've really been left in almost an emotional isolation, stuck with ourselves. And a lot of us haven't had to deal with our own thoughts and ideas and perceptions, let alone those of our family that are right in front of us in forever. And so personalities are coming out, and wounds are being revealed, and hurt, deep, deep hurt and fear is being magnified. And we can't, it's almost impossible to bury our head in the sand and not react. And then the question is how are we going to react to what we're experiencing? And of course, we're seeing it. We're seeing it. We're seeing, the anger, I mean, first we saw the fear with the corona. Well, actually, let's go back. Let's go back before the corona. What were we beefing about? Of course, it was Trump. It was politics. And we got to see a lot of action and reaction. And many of us would tune out, snooze, somebody, or just go to our normal go tos for when the world around us gets ugly. Well, I'm gonna go and watch Game of Thrones. I'm gonna go and go to the gym. I'm gonna go and just camp out and eat. I'm gonna go to my favorite restaurants. I'm gonna go drink. I'm gonna go do drugs. Now, mind you, sorry, it's my allergies. Yeah, the drug dealers are still alive and well and still making a killing during all of these issues that we're facing. So that probably hasn't been stripped away, unfortunately. But everything else that we would go to help us deal and cope and turn a blind eye isn't available anymore. And now, with the protests that are nationwide, worldwide now, worldwide, they're protesting. And you have to intentionally bury yourself in the sand, in the mud, in the dirt to not see what's going on. And then the question after that is, okay, what do we do? What do we do? How do we react to what's happening? And many of us, we don't want to react. We don't want to, I don't want to do videos like this. I don't want to talk about it because of my own. It's freaking uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. I mean, I talked about that the other day when I was talking about me being a black man, and then the video before that, growing up afraid. I had to really take a look at the things that I'd experienced and not just reflect, but figure out, well, what are we gonna do now? What am I gonna do as far as my part to still strive to make this a better place? Not just for my family, but for my the world around me. I'm responsible. And that means I'm gonna have to get uncomfortable. And many of us, well, that's what I'm gonna talk about today. You know, are we willing enough, or do we have enough compassion in our heart to get a little uncomfortable? Because I'm gonna ask some tough questions today. And mind, you guys know me. You guys know I love you guys. I ask myself these questions. And let me give you an example. Okay, so like this morning, one of the reasons I was quiet, and my wife, she's been on it, man. And I guess one of the advantages of, because she's had to work from home, and so we're around each other a lot more. And one of the advantages is that she's really starting to have this scary discernment with me. Like, it doesn't take much for her to say, "What's wrong?" And I'm just like, "Whoa, what?" It's my job to be truthful. I'm doing all these counseling sessions and all these videos, so I don't have the right to lie to myself or lie to you or lie to my wife and say I'm fine when I'm not. And so I told her, I said, "Look, babe, I just got a lot on my mind. I just got a lot on my mind." And and what was on my mind was this video and when I go to work and how I'm presenting myself and what to do. Um, and the question I'd ask myself is, if I had to go in three categories of what I'm going to do with my future, um, am I going to be am I going to be an Uncle Tom? Am I going to be Malcolm X, or am I going to be Malcolm? Am I going to be Martin Luther King? Who am I trying to be an example of? And ultimately, I want to be an example of myself. But those were just the things that were coming across my mind. Because I mean, let me just be truthful. I am guilty of Uncle Tomming it sometimes. It definitely in my past.